idea to me one time, and she was a motivational speaker. And one of the things that I took away from her was this idea of what she calls a H spot. Okay, so what you want to do with your life is find your H spot. So it's all like a G spot, but it's the H spot. I
haven't found my G spot yet.
Yeah, well, that's right. Probably a lot of guys haven't either. But yeah, your H spot is what makes you happy. Okay, so like do what makes you happy, and everything will sort of fall in. What a lot of people fail to figure out is what actually makes them happy. So like it took me years of doing different jobs to realize what I actually enjoy is people, like, and communication. Right, so like it took me years of doing theatre, doing stand up, doing business, doing being a manager, being all these things. I didn't realise, but what I'm actually trying to do is communicate an idea into someone else's head. That's all that stand up is. That's all that management is. It's all about communicating one thing to another person, and so like until you find what it is that you actually not what you do that makes you happy, but what the thing that makes you happy is, then you figure it out, and then you go, oh, why didn't I know that the whole time? So, for example, for me, like it's communication. Like I did radio for a year. Actually, no, 3 years. I did 3 years of radio, did stand up, worked in theatre, worked
Wow,
in.
you've done so much.
Yeah,
How old are you?
I'm 41. Yeah, so like
impressive.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It took me ages to figure out. Okay, what is it that I'm actually doing? What's the thing that's making me do these things? And is it the
and potentially no one from your family is doing it?
No.
Like why is it? Like I had this thought walking up my steps yesterday, man. Why I was down on myself a bit. Like why do I choose these useless things? But that was a fleeting moment. It's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, but like there's people. Some people are good at great things. You could be like in this day and age on the Gold Coast, great at playing the violin.
Yeah.
It's just a crying shame for you.
Yeah, if
like a crying shame, it's just not your moment of time,
Yeah.
But
if you're happy to do it, like
that could be a comedian on the Gold Coast.
Well, that's what my brother said to me one time. He goes like, okay, so like say if you know how you're doing all this stand-up. I said, yeah. He goes, what if you could never make actually any money from it? Would you do it? And I said, yeah, I would, because it's not actually the success that's
it's what
the
makes you
drive.
happy.
Exactly, that's it. Like there's something that happens when you're on stage that doesn't happen anywhere else. That you get that buzz
That's
from
really
that you
important,
enjoy.
though.
Being a musician, you know that as
Exactly.
well. I've been playing music for the better part of 16 years or whatever, and I've been very lucky that I've played in bands that have played Big Day Out and Soundwave and all that sort of stuff. But
oh, wow.
Have I made any money? No. But I'll tell you what, for the money I don't have in my bank account, the rich and the fortune that I've got from experiences and for the people I've met over the years and the friendships I've made, they're priceless. You can't put a price tag on that.
No.
But I'm so stoked you're involved in this deal now because what really happens is you see your families and they'll go, well, you can't buy. You're not buying anything.
My family
all your
still
mates from school are starting to do things. And that sort of starts to burn on you after a little while. Like maybe,
what's
why
my
am I
station
not
in
buying
life?
a jet ski?
Well, my parents are still at me going, when are you going to just be happy to have a normal life? Like when are you going to be happy just going to do Monday to Friday 9 to 5 and just be content?
I want to rock.
And I said I won't ever be content. I'll always try to do something different and always keep moving forward because.
But that's really important.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get bored. I'm very easily bored. So I've got to go to band practice straight after we're finished here.
But you're still supporting yourself, right?
I suppose. No, yeah. I work a full-time job as well as doing the stuff that I do with Lumberpunks, and then I've got a couple of bands that I'm playing with as well, and I've got another few things on the go with a business down in Melbourne as well. So, you've got to keep active. You've got to keep busy. You're not going to get anywhere in life if you rest on your laurels, and that's what these guys have done with Lumberpunks. They were working full-time at the Hard Rock. I'd already left and moved on to the QT Hotel. And they were working full-time there and then finishing work and going and having beers and discussing what the next move was. Cool. And like Tyson said, they went through 3 or 4 or 5 different ideas of what the next move was going to be. And I was luckily involved and privy to that information, and I was like, yeah, okay, and it wasn't until they came across the Lumberpunks idea, and it was like, well, I don't know whether it will work on the Gold Coast. First off, that I was the naysayer of it, but then I was like, you know what, it could be that different that it actually works, and the proof is in the pudding, and the fact of what's actually happened in the last couple of months. Because
literally, there was a couple of things that we really needed boxes ticks for. So one of the things that we wanted was something that, I mean, for both of us, like, we wanted something that we could be proud of, and having your own business is one thing to be proud of, but we wanted to be proud of something that everyone else goes, oh fuck, that's different, that's awesome.
Especially your peers, especially if you're a comedian type, like for what you got, rock and roll type. You could have opened that crappy outdoor furniture thing and just gone,
yeah, exactly.
I can't talk to people, I can't run games.
Yeah.
You have that natural thing to, like, walk in a room, go,
that's it.
The vibe in here is shit. I know how to fix it. If you'd only let me talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know, sorry, jumping back to the Momoa thing again, but one of the highlights...
Moana.
Mimosa?
Jason, how do you spell that word?
One of the highlights for me was right before even Jason arrived, all the guests were there, and Tyson was going through the safety stuff and everything like that, and then all of a sudden he just went, right, everybody get into a circle, and he got everyone in a circle.
Forgot about that.
And I actually want to ask you if you can do it again for us, just to sort of give us a bit of an idea. Yeah.
Oh,
so basically, I'll hand it
Take
over to
your pants
Tyson.
off.
So before any group activity, you got to get everyone on the same page. You got to get everyone sort of in tune with each other, and this is what Tyson does to get that happening.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Rory. Thanks
All
a
right,
lot,
mate.
for...
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I'll just throw you right under the bus.
No worries. How do you spell
I would
Momoa?
love to know what happened on this guys' night anyway.
Okay, so there's a thing that I picked up from a South African guy years and years and years ago. Like, he was my football coach, and so so it's sort of like a chant that focuses everybody together, right? And basically it's in Afrikaans, and basically, I mean, I'm totally butchering it by doing it, but basically it's sort of saying, here we are, like, let's do it. So, okay, so, oh God, but you guys are gonna have to repeat back after me, okay? So, okay, so thanks, Rory. You really, it's right. You'll get a 5.
Good on you, Rory.
5-knuckle sandwich later. All right, so just it's basically a call and return thing. So I'll go, Shoshalosa. And you go,
Shoshalosa.
Gule zumtabe. A stimulus a Newcastle. Jubiayo. Lumberpunks. That's it. That's sort of what it is. Yeah.
Now, when you imagine like a room full of people doing that all together,
Hyped up, stunt guys and pissed off production crew and stuff. They had a great time. They loved it. Yeah.
So, but only people who understand rooms and vibes and stages, and I'm full on.
well,
like
we
that,
didn't
man.
even know, Sam and I didn't even know that he was going to do it.
No.
He just all of a sudden he just busted it out, and like we just sort of stood there looking at him, going, "Is this for real?" Like,
Going,
but it
what
was
the hell is
fucking
he
amazing.
doing?
It was fucking awesome, and I mean,
It's
going
just
back
funny
to
what little. Go.
Yeah, going back to Tyson and I's sort of drama, our theatre uni days and everything, like that's what you used to do before you'd do a production. You'd get everybody would get on stage and you'd do some sort of unifying action like that to bring everyone together, get everyone focused, and then boom, you'd be ready to open the doors and get the show rocking and rolling. And so that's what it was. But it was just awesome, and obviously with them being in the film industry as well, they jumped on it.
One thing that we find is really distracting, like when we're doing a talk, because like we're going through some pretty important stuff that people need to know, and so there'll always be one guy that's just looking off in the distance going, I really hate being told what to do and stuff. And so like there was a point in there where, especially when you have a lot of people that are in the film industry and they're all in their own little cliques, like there was a lot of people that were sort of like not even engaging at all. They were more happy to talk about these, and I'm going, okay guys, you need to come on over. Like I don't want to talk to you.
Event
I don't want to talk to you like children, but come on over. Like you need to know this stuff before we're going to throw any axes. So after we did that, then they were all on the same level, which really helped.
And they were all amped to get their hands on axes and actually jump in the lanes and get going. So it was a good way to start, and I think that's something that we'll continue doing with all of our larger groups, as well. Because we can accommodate for quite a large number of groups. Like Tyson said at the same time.
One thing that we're trying to focus on is getting corporate events. So like Christmas parties, but also like. Team building sort of stuff, because
I could line you up with a couple of.
Well, see, the best thing about that is that with it being axe throwing, not many people have actually got prior experience, so everybody's starting on the same level. So from an employer's point of view and from a management point of view, you get to observe your staff learn something right from the beginning, and then you get to see who the people are that just focus on themselves and keep focusing on their own throws. Then you look at the other people that are helping everyone else get better at what they're doing, and you see how different people interact with each other, and how different people learn at different speeds, and how different people pick things up. And like I said, from that kind of perspective, it's a great activity to do, because it's not something that, if you take people to do a bowling, we keep referring back to bowling, but it's because it's such a similar thing. Most people, there's always that one arsehole that's been bowling before.
Brings a glove.
Brings a glove.
Where do you have that?
He's got his polishing cloth to polish his...
And he's like the boss's best mate.
Yeah,
But you're right, man. I've had on this show Talon and Meg Miller from Sabre Corporate Development.
Oh, wicked.
Biggest team building business in Australia, from Mudgeeraba.
Oh, okay, cool.
Really cool, ex-military. They love ska music like you wouldn't believe. They're just really great people.
We're perfect for that.
And they're all about the Belbin model. And I work for them now and then, right?
What's the what? The Belbin?
The Belbin model.
What's that?
Exactly what you're talking about, Rory. People are in there are 7 types of people within a team.
Personalities, yeah.
Yeah, and you've got I should know.
Yeah.
Like the helper, the leader, the arsehole that thinks they know everything, and there are ones I can't remember, but you've got it.
You have to identify those people.
No one knows how to throw an axe. Yeah. And you're going to find the receptionist, oh my God, she's just has a natural knack, and the person from the back of the thing that wants to help the other person.
One of the interesting things about this sport, though, and we didn't know this until we sort of, we're going in the process of it, is the demographics of it is it's 40% women around the world. So it's not actually everyone goes, oh, it's a real blokey sort of thing. It's actually not, and women are actually a lot better at it than guys, because guys are focused on okay, I'm going to throw it hard, I'm going to throw it as fast and hard as possible, and they'll get it as accurate as possible. Whereas women are more happy to just sit there and practice and get better at it. It's really funny to watch it.
Use their body, not their muscles.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. Especially say if you had a staff function, right, and you said, okay, we're going to go out, we're going to go and do, let's play touch football or something like that.
What's the common one that half the people love?
Go-karting. Yeah, go-karting. There's always a handful of people that will go, oh, I'm not good at it all. But with this, it's really quite surprising that you go, okay, that person, I don't know if they're going to throw, and then they throw and you go, oh shit, they're really good. They're really good.
Yeah, that wasn't that hard.
Yeah. It's really quite surprising. There's this one girl that comes in, and it's sort of her side thing. She deals with rowing and all that sort of stuff, but she comes in and this is sort of her hobby sport. And she's thrown a couple of times, since we've been open, which is quite amazing. We've only been open 9 weeks, and she's been there probably about 4 or 5 times, and she just smashes it. She's actually got the record now for one of the games, and no one's ever gonna be able to beat it because it's just such a insane score, and she was just so accurate, just amazingly. I had to stop and just go, you're a god. You're a god, honestly. It's really quite amazing to watch.
9 weeks. You started 9 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny?
Isn't
it funny that you're talking about it in such depth now?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I think
it was just a concept, and you You go.
That's probably why it was such a good thing that we did pull out from coming in the first time, was because we've had a lot more time to actually go through the whole model and sort of and experience it ourselves. Because until you actually do it every day, and like Sam and Tyson do,